go back to all the menus.
Yeah, no, I'm resetting the frame rate. Okay, there, because the menus were going too slow. Anyway,
Uh,
okay, so hello, welcome to Stellavanity. So I'm Inaki, and this is SCT,
Hello.
and so we're going to be showcasing uh, strict rule mode, arcade, RGLtv on arcade on rank X. So we should just get started because some of the time here might be used for resets. So
Righty. The game is pretty simple as Type C. Recently, many players have been playing Type S, however, it has been pretty stale, which is the reason why people have moved to Type C. There's shot, there's laser, and as for the special mechanics, there is discharge, which is a chargeable attack, a powerful blast that cancels some bullets in the area along the way and where it lands on the enemy. And there is Axle Drive, which is sort of like a hyper, which has more canceling power, and instead of turning bullets into coins, it turns bullets into gems. For all we know, it also increases the coin gain from the enemies, but that's not fact-checked completely. Shouldn't be of a big deal because currently this is survival, as you will see that ranking X is pretty tough. Arcade mode is only 3rd difficulty out of 6, but the game is balanced in such a way that higher ranks on lower difficulty doesn't exactly feel easier on high difficulties on high ranks. To compensate for the low bullet density, game sends way faster bullets. But we'll get to that later. For now, all you should know is that the value of the kills and the gems and basically everything that you score is dependent on the amount of coins you have, which determine the multiplier to the score. If you kill an enemy with discharge, you'll get a little bit more score because you're dealing a lot of damage, and most likely some of the damage will be over the amount of HP the enemy had, which is called overkilling. It's not the primary source of score as Type C, because what scores the most are the gems, but the level of gems is dependent on how charged your discharge is. You can shoot the discharge as soon as 4 yellow bars are all active. However, if you wait longer, you'll see that pink bars are also charging. The more pink bars are charged, the stronger the discharge is. It deals more damage and cancels bullets into better gems. Some of the bullets are uncancelable, like most boss patterns, especially the final patterns. Not always though. Most likely you will just need the Axle Drive ready to be able to cancel the bullets. But a really cool mechanic of Type C is that the discharge, when shot, charges Axle Drive a lot more than simple shooting. And the coolest thing is that if you shoot the discharge through the bullets that have been touched by the discharge will contribute to the charge of the Axle Drive. So you,
wait, really?
Yep, you can shoot some of the bullet clumps in order to get a little bit more Axle Drive charge. However, when the Axle Drive is ready, the generation of the new axle drive is heavily weakened until the axle drive is basically timed out. It's nearly impossible to charge another axle drive. Now, there is a mechanic called overdrive, which is basically the same hyper power-up, except instead of using a chargeable bar below the discharge bar, you're using your bomb items.
It's also stronger, but it doesn't affect point gain.
Yep. It does deal damage, as Inaki said, but there is one caveat. If you have axle drive ready, you can use overdrive in order to extend the duration of your overdrive. So max power axle drive lasts for 1600 frames, which is roughly 25 seconds, 26. Overdrive lasts only for 1200 frames, which is exactly 20 seconds. However, you have axle drive already active. Using overdrive will extend the overdrive time, so at most you can have about 2800 frames. But it does not work the other way around. If you have overdrive ready, you cannot activate the axle drive. The game just won't activate it no matter how long you will hold your discharge button. It is also worth noting that, in general, patterns on Type-C are quite, by quite an amount, faster than on Type-S. If you practice high ranks on low difficulties, this is the most noticeable, because on Type-S, some of the bullets move. Sure, they move fast, but when you play the same area with Type-C with the same rank, you will see that the bullets are moving at the speed of light. Way faster than Type-S. Which makes Type-C gameplay way harder on low ranks with high difficulties.
However, the density is small. There's less density. It's a kind of a trade-off.
There's less density on higher ranks. It's a trade-off, but I'm comparing Type-S to Type-C.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a trade-off. Like, at least on bosses, there's less density but more speed.
In some cases, this might be even worse, because on higher difficulties, more bullets means more chances to trigger the slowdown. The game has built-in slowdown system, which oftentimes helps. But if the bullet speed is way too fast, bullets will just leave the screen way too fast, and you will not get more slowdown. And you will want some slowdown at certain points. It is funny that this pattern is just stage 2 pattern. It looks scary, but really isn't.
Yeah, there's always a nice path to follow.
A lot of the info on the sidebars, most of the time, is useless to the run. At most, what you can get from the stat screen is just how much you have upgraded your character over time, and every stat upgrade is dependent on specific actions. Most of them is just collecting coins and dealing damage with that specific type of the weapon, or using that mechanic. Type-C, compared to Type-S, which has a very complicated overkill system, you have overkill value, you have 2 shifts, and the coin generation is based on how much overkill you have. Type-C has it pretty simple. The closer you are to the enemy, the more coins you get. That's the same with Type-S. However, the faster you kill an enemy, the better coins you will get from it. You can see that the coins come in 4 types: blue, green, red, and yellow. In that order, they are worth the most and the least, respectively. So yellow coins are worth least, and the blue coins are worth the most. Each enemy has their own timer, which determines what color you will get when you kill an enemy after a specific period of time.
Oh, this is a good time to mention like Excel drive on effects on discharge and like not shooting to get more discharge.
Oh, that's true. If you do not shoot at all, your discharge will charge way faster when you're constantly shooting. And the Axel Drag, when triggered, also speeds up your discharge generation speed, which is pretty cool for milking patterns like these. You usually don't see that pattern of bullets when you're playing Type-S because there's a way different scoring approach. But just as a neat trick to pull off.
I was waiting for the discharge sound, but I completely missed it, so I skipped that milk. But yeah, so there's a few patterns in the game, including this boss's first, third, and fifth phases that don't have a time bonus. So you just want to milk them for coins and jewels as much as you can.
The reason for them not being present is mostly due to the game development history. Some patterns were treated as a non-spells.
Like in Toho, yeah.
Like in Toho, which of course do not have the time bonus in them. But that just transferred into the regular game. Non-spells did not have the dedicated boss bar, I think, or rather the boss bars worked like in Toho. You had like bars ready. I don't exactly remember.
So here I was supposed to use the discharge to erase the line of bullets and go back to the right, but it didn't work somehow. So I had to go all the way around, and that wasted a bit of time.
I guess it didn't work because you just missed the discharge and didn't hit the.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird.
Some of it, the discharge hitboxes pretty weird as a roulette, because I was playing Lemonade in my spare time, and her discharge works a bit differently. If you can see, the discharge of the Azerlet is a straight line, forward and instant. It has a pretty narrow range, and you see that when you play Lemeline, because Lemeline has a blast instead of the flash. It's like a bullet that travels across the vertical.
No hit so far. I'm surprised. I wasn't originally planning to score this much.
I wouldn't say the scoring is pretty strong, but
but I mean,
nice.
I was expecting to go like full survival by now, but I'm not.
You should. At this point, with speed picks up.
I mean, stage 4 is still fine.
Sure, stage 4 is fine, but the boss isn't. The boss has the
biggest, final attack, speed. Yeah.
It's not just the final attack; it's actually all attacks.
No, the rest of the boss is fine. It's only the final that's an important threat. Okay, but now I really need to stop scoring because I just got hit, and if I get hit once more, I have to reset, pretty much. And I don't think the time's gonna be pretty tight if I have to reset. So I'd rather not. So from now on, it's gonna be pure survival. Not even.
Bombing does not affect the qualification requirements. It's only hit based, so you don't have to do something like a no bomb or stuff like in the usual white level to get hit.
Yeah, it's only auto bombs and misses that affect the qualifications. supposed to kill it right now. It's okay. I don't really have a survival route for this stage, but it's fine because it's not that hard.
Yeah, most of the parts of the stages 1 to 4 is simply filler to score a little bit, get more coins maybe, if you like to route games for score, because coins, as I said, affect your stats. What you want to look out for the most is just laser damage and probably charge of axle drive, because that's the two stats that only really matter. Discharge damage just cannot be affected at all for some reason. It can be affected with the between runs with specific stats, because this game is something like a Euro shmup. You can upgrade your character over time with more and more runs completed. The coins and jewels that you collect throughout the game, depending on the difficulty, they convert by a specific ratio into shop coins and gems, which you then use to buy items. Bomb there.
Yeah, I felt like it was a weird situation. I wasn't.
Be careful, that next pattern is really fast.
This one.
Oh, yeah, arcade doesn't have it that much faster. Because I was playing easy mode, and although the density of the blue bullets wasn't as high, the path...
Wait, what am I doing? Whoops!
I don't know what you're doing.
Wrong lane, wrong lane. That's first time it ever happens.
Wow, that is a bit surprising to me that you're doing this in the center, because throughout the routing of Pandemonium and stuff, I have been doing this on the side, which is mostly safer because you can simply stream, but you do you.
Yeah, I'm not so. It's a scary attack survive. But yeah, that's a clear example of how discharge creates a cancel wave when you hit an enemy.
It's not just when you hit an enemy, it's where you hit an enemy. It's a blast around point.
Yep.
So that's a good overdrive.
Yeah, I'm really going for safety.
Up.
Usually I wouldn't do this many.
Okay. If you want real safety, you can just bomb that boss carefully, but...
I mean, I can tell when there's a situation.
Yep, like that one.
So yeah, for this you wanna just keep doing the circles, like not tap dodging, but like actually like keeping a circle going, because that way you can kind of adjust your circle speed. But right now I'm not in a mental state for that, so I'm just bombing. These are some pretty low resources, but I think I'll manage. Anyway, welcome to Rank X.
Now the game really starts. Look at the bullet speed. It's already pretty high. That's just the start. That bullet speed, be careful.
I'm really scared right now.
As you shoot, this is a live run.
Yep.
Damn, I look a little bit different, but okay. I'm not the one to judge here, because it's a pretty difficult.
These routes are all pretty much like my own. There are like no resources for this kind of thing.
Be careful, don't do these kinds of dodges. Avoid that at all costs, because the revenge bullets work similar to Ketsui bullets in that they spawn for some time after you kill an enemy. It's not like the instant amount of bullets shot at you. They spawn over time, which can really screw you over.
Yeah, sometimes like you go out of range of the you go out of the seal range too soon, and you get clapped by a bullet at the last moment. That can happen.
It is really sad to get such scenario. The bullets are so fast that they look like
Yeah.
jittery strings. Or hell, even going in the opposite direction.
So yeah, this so here I was timing down the mid boss to avoid getting as many extra enemies
Yep,
because it's a pretty scary section otherwise.
He skipped a really big enemy with a pretty nasty pattern. That enemy does grant you a screen cancel upon death, but that enemy is really tanky. You do not want to deal with it, if possible. Here you can see how discharge cancelling bullets helps a lot. Dodges.
And yeah, there I'm delaying the discharge so I can kill both of those big enemies at once. They're really hard to kill without discharge, so you really want to save it for them.
The reason they're hard to kill without discharge is that they are 5-part enemies, and the more outer parts you destroy, the more bullets center. Oh my god, can you know?
That was a weird noise.
Sounds. Yeah, I'm in a cafeteria, so
Yeah.
sadly. The more parts you destroy of the big enemy, the more central part shoots, and if you destroy them all, you create a really nasty situation that you just do not want to face. Thankfully, if you destroy the central part immediately, the entire enemy dies together with the outer parts, which is why Inakibss was saving this.
I just realized this space is like two X spinners on top of each other.
It is kind of true, except an X spinner would immediately kill you.
That's true. That's true.
Plus, it spins violently at the start, so you cannot exactly approach it this way. Which is fine, it's a good game design, I would say. If you have been paying attention, the score text on the top left is already orange. This means that Inaki is on pace to the TLB that he wants to beat. This is rank X exclusive color of the text. There is also yellow and red texts for other two last bosses after the fake last boss, which is called Core Unit. You face Core Unit on all difficulties in all ranks. However, on non-TLB pace ranks, Core Unit has immense HP on the last pattern, or rather on the TLB ranks, it has very little HP, so as to not drain you too much before...
Gorilla! There we go.
Oh, that was scary. That was... Please bomb. Don't tell me you're not bomb. Oh my god, why are you...
I tried to not bomb it.
Oh my god, why? Did you actually practice that? No
Yes.
bombing?
Wait, what? Oh, I had no bombs!
You had no bombs.
I forgot! That usually never happens! Because I don't bomb this much.
Be really careful. I mean, if you fail now, you can still go for dummy, I guess.
Yeah, that's the
Or
plan.
you can get hit a lot and show the most disgusting boss in...
I don't want to do El Mortar. I straight up don't like fighting El Mortar.
I do like fighting El Mortar, but...
Lucky you, honestly.
Yeah, I've been practicing it a lot, and honestly, after I have discovered one of the craziest strategies to a pattern that was once seen as completely ridiculous, and now seen as pretty tame and chill and fun to dodge, I started liking Elmorder a lot, because it doesn't drain your resources at the very start, and you don't have to face a ridiculously stupid pattern that just relies on RNG for you to pass it.
What am I doing?
Don't die.
I'm not gonna have many of these.
I was about to say bomb whenever.
Yeah, no. That's definitely in mind. I'm not even bothering with this guy.
No. Do not bother trying to milk or just.
No, no, like even killing that guy normally is really fucking hard. So here, a bit of a discharge stream.
Some of the dodges are just insanely scary, I must say. The key to this pattern is just not being too afraid.
Yeah, but right now have every reason to be afraid.
True.
Remember, I can't get hit at all till the end of the stage.
Yes, because you have died from one of the mid bosses. Now you cannot. Please be careful. I'm rooting for you. This is like a turning point. The first of the 2 guards. Actually, no. Second of the 3 guards. I must say that the area, which is stage 4 boss, is the first guard, because this is where the well, that's sad.
Okay, well.
Sorry guys, we will not see Rank EX finish.
I'll
retain Rank EX, sadly.
That being said, I'll have some time to showcase the true last boss at the end, so I'll do it separately.
Yeah, let's just do a different last boss. Different last boss is also pretty fun.
Yeah.
I must say, it's
on the bright side, you get to see 2 different hidden bosses, so you can compare them.
Yep. Oh, that's a really neat pattern. Depending on the rank, it has more or less time limit, and as a result, the speed of the bullets at the end is...
Also, this gets faster as you deal damage, so it's actually kind of easier to time it out.
On top of the fact that there's a lot of meteors flying around, and if you kill meteors, there's a chance that they will spawn revenge bullets. If you do not seal them, you are in big trouble.
Yeah, you have to stay at the top, even if you want to kill it. Honestly, just staying at the top is easier in general. It's easier in general to stay at the top.
Basically, this is what we've been saying about the dynamic difficulty. Well, static dynamic, I would say, because the low difficulties compensate with high bullet speed compared to high difficulties with just bullet vomit.
Oh, by the way, those meteors can still shoot revenge bullets during the clear screen.
Which is funny, because you can kill the meteors and they will generate bullets that will turn into gems during the final council. Okay, stage 7. You see that the bullets have kind of slowed down. That's because Inakibss has lost 4EX base. On 4EX base, they are ridiculously fast. But now they are quite a lot tamer.
That being said, this gives me some leeway to play a bit more for score, which is nice. I won't be doing the full score strats because I don't have the resources for them, but I can at least do the simple like optimizations and stuff. And perhaps I can go for a Noble Charmer too. I'll see at the end of the stage. Why did I do that? I don't have to not get hit anymore. That was weird. Oh wait, oh, that's why I wasn't killing enemies fast enough. I forgot to Excel drive. Oh great. I completely forgot, like, a crucial part of the route. Oh. That bomb is planned, by the way. That section is really stupid, at least on rank X. And I haven't routed it on rank 4, so whatever.
Isn't it just beautiful? The rushes of the Zalcros,
Yeah.
the cool point blanking. This game is awesome.
Yeah.
The graphics overall are pretty. Yep, they are pretty. Oh, here's one of my favorite parts. The swarm of the Zalcros. With a lot of revenge bullets.
That restream is very precise, by the way. Gonna save resources, so I don't think I'm gonna do any Noble Charm milks. I have way too.
This is a live run.
Also, I'm at 2 lives already, so yeah.
Thankfully, the final boss we are about to see is one of the 3. It's the easiest of the 3, thankfully. So it shouldn't take too much resources.
Yeah. I haven't practiced it in a while though, but the last time I did it, I actually managed to do it with 2 lives. So like, my PB is actually a rank 4 clear that was meant to be rank X. Alright, now I have to remember how to do this without...
without speed killing or
yeah,
a shot.
Yeah, without the overdrive too.
You may wonder why Inaki is pretty nervous about him having only 2 lives. Usually games have 6 lives, right? Like 2 score extents and 2 hidden ones. Well, let's just say that in current situation, last extent does not exist.
Yep. So Type C on Easier to Arcade just doesn't get the last extent for some reason. I fucked up the route. I should have discharged on the 3rd Spike Wing, that big enemy, like a big kind of enemy. But I discharged on the 2nd, so I didn't have discharge for everything else. Ugh, this is a mess.
That's just a train wreck.
Oh, okay. Gorilla. It worked somehow. What?
Oh, you got the Noble Charm.
No fucking way!
Ready for blocking.
How? That's new. I've never gotten that thing without a hit or an overdrive.
You did a little bit of point blanking during the ascending towards the boss.
Still.
Which probably was just a turning point for you.
Oh, wow. That's new. That might be something that only works in full runs because of the stat boosts.
Maybe. I would guess you're practicing without stat boosts.
Yeah.
You really shouldn't, because you do get a lot of coins, and there is a little bit of choice in terms of what stat boosts you can use in practice. We'll show that later.
Yeah. So,
Now let's focus on the descent.
basically, I'll give a little bit of an advance. The stat you can there's five levels for stat boosts that you can pick in practice mode, but they're all but the preset they're basically just five presets, and they're completely unrealistic. You would never get those levels all together in a real run.
Mostly, that's like levels 4 and 5, but honestly it depends because...
No, I mean like the ratios between the boosts make no sense.
Oh, you mean in that way.
Yeah.
Well, makes sense. Though I do practice with stat boosts.
Oh, by the way,
anyway.
these enemies are the only ones in the game that have a hitbox. Basically, they're just a bullet on top of the enemy.
So technically technically every enemy still doesn't have a hitbox, it's just a bullet on top of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's a really cool feature of this game. No enemy has a hitbox. Like, not a single one, not even the bosses. You can safely point blank them, sit on top, sit on the wing, wherever. Just don't get hit by bullets. I think the score is still gonna be fine, like 4 billion maybe?
4?
Maybe 2 billion.
I don't think it's gonna get to
3.5. 3.5 maybe.
3.5, yeah, but 4, no.
Depends on how hard you will milk.
I'm not gonna milk anything else here. Like, and I'm probably gonna game over.
Yeah. Oh no!
It's Elmo! Oh shit!
It's Elmo!
Oh no!
You're gonna fight Elmo. You're gonna fight Elmo.
Oh no!
You're gonna fight Elmo with 1 life and 2 bombs. That's gonna be a show. Do you remember how I said that there's like 3 last bosses? Yeah, we're gonna see the quote-unquote first one instead of the second.
I completely fell apart.
For them. Come on, let's just have fun with the Elmo Order. You're gonna be fine. I guess you will see why people think that that boss is pretty much hot garbage. It's like straight from the start, I guess. But honestly, all I can say is just good luck. Oh no, that looks off.
I love this theme.
This theme is a banger. It's also funny because I just don't get to hear it since I have to mute Twitch stream, and only Twitch stream has the music on. The voice call does not transfer the music. Or maybe I just have muted your...
That's weird.
No.
It should have it.
It should, but I don't think it has, and honestly it doesn't exactly matter to me because I remember all the music in my head.
Yeah, we can basically hear this entire game from memory. That's how much we played it.
That's how much we like it. Okay, as you can see, the HP value is like only 60,000 and proportional to other phases. It's pretty tiny. Usually it's basically the same as other phases. But say hello to the Elmother. It's a crystal, and it's a really angry crystal. From the start.
No, I should have overdrived. I didn't get into fighting hidden bosses mode, I guess.
Okay. This is the pattern that has been considered absolute cancer.
And I haven't practiced it.
Cancer. And yet you're doing pretty well.
I mean, I practiced it a long time ago, just not recently.
At first, nobody knew how to approach it. Like, not even completely dodge it, just approach it. People dump like 4 to 6 bombs on it. depending on how many hits you have received instead of the actual balls.
Also, this is completely undodgeable on Pandemonium.
This is completely undodgeable. You have to use some mechanics to cancel the ones like bombing or overdriving or something. Like Type C doesn't have...
Wow, I capped it. Nice.
Oh, that's pretty nice. This is really cancerous to me. This is one pattern that I just do not like to dodge. I know SS Jax's dodges it in a really funny way, using like going through the lines.
I prefer to restream it like this.
Wait, what the heck? You're actually doing good. You have never capped it like that.
I don't think I've ever capped. I'm not sure if I've ever capped it before either.
It's pretty funny because I have never capped it even as Type S, which has canceling material.
Whoops, wrong direction. Please, phase 2.
Or no? Do you want to continue on the run or no? Or
I mean, I'm gonna game over pretty soon, so I'll at least show what I can of Elmo, and then I'll do Theo.
Okay, yeah.
Because I calculated the time with no resets. There's a lot of time to spare.
Should be enough for a couple, maybe 3 attempts here.
I really shouldn't. I shouldn't need more than 1. But yeah, that's most of Elmortar.
Yep, most of Elmortar. There's only 2 patterns left, which are not exactly fun, honestly. You can see the stats, or you didn't see the
New item.
level up. Oh wait, what is that? That's not a new item. That's
Oh no, yeah, that's an
achievement.
achievement. Yeah, oh yeah, that's right.
The achievements have the pink
Jewel
background,
Lover.
and the items have blue one.
Jewel Lover.
Oh, it's the total amount of jewels you have collected.
Yeah,
shop
get
jewels.
million jewels. There you go. Okay, so this is the boss I was trying to get.
This is the real deal. We sadly didn't get to watch it on a live run, but
yeah, stage 6 is the real final boss. So such a shame I forgot to convert the life. Speaking of, we haven't talked about life conversion in detail. Basically, when you have no bombs, you can hold the bomb button for a few seconds, and it'll convert the next life to 4 bombs instead of 3. Which is really useful when you want to use those bombs as bombs instead of those resources as bombs instead of getting hit, or
especially dying.
Yeah, and also it's also useful for hidden bosses because you really don't want to die on hidden bosses because that gives them a lot of iframes compared to getting hit.
There's only one exception, and that is Pandemonium Elmortar, because if you die on the final pattern, and then go up, really high up, and dodge 4 waves of bullets while in iframes, and then start descending, the 30 frames per second slowdown will trigger immediately once you're out of iframes, or almost immediately, which really helps because that pattern is insanely tight, and you don't want to deal with it at 45 FPS. That 33% slowdown, or 15 total, is massive there.
I was supposed to, like, when I got hit the first time here, I was gonna overdrive, which would have prevented the second hit because it would have died before if that happened, which is a bit of a shame. So yeah, phase 3 is one of the big dumps. So I saved the Excel drive for this.
It's either a dump or just a profound pattern, depending on how well you route it. There's an RNG part in the middle.
The thing is, Type C doesn't have enough speed.
Depends on how you route it. You can either go through the bullets. They have reasonable size gaps at certain points.
Ah, should have gone left.
Oh, that's a really sad hit.
Yeah, should have gone left.
You got hit there. There's a really neat trick with the final bosses you can pull off. The game is coded in such a way that the boss loses all of its iframes. Oh no, please run out. No, come on, you didn't get to show that.
I think I'm gonna kill him this time. No, I'm not.
You should be. You should be able to. No, you should be able to. Well,
doesn't matter.
Okay, it's fine. If you either kill a path or finish a path, whatever, do whatever. Honestly, as long as the boss switches its attacks, like from that spinny wheel to flying around, it loses any iframes it had, as long as you do not have iframes. Basically, when you have iframes, the boss has iframes. When your iframes has ended, the boss gets some amount of iframes, but that amount gets reset on the pattern switch, or in general attack switch.
Though sometimes it's kind of hard to, like the actual attack switch is counterintuitive. It's actually earlier than it seems, and you get trolled by that.
Depends on the attack.
Yeah, exactly.
I was mostly mentioning attack switch and not a pattern, not a base switch.
Yeah. I mean, but like it depends on the exact attack. I think some of them like have the do that effect before the attack actually starts. Ooh, nice. I was doing that really poorly in practice before, so I'm really glad I'm at least doing it now.
A different approach to that pattern is just dumping 2 bombs and overdriving at the last walls. It is resource heavy, but at least it is safer. It does lose out on the damage, but if you just do not know how to do that pattern, like me, it's honestly fine.
Oops.
Oh, that's sad.
I forgot to go up to cancel the pink bullets, so I had to. I spent all my mental energy doing that micro. So for now, I'm gonna save the Excel drive for the final, because it's a really scary pattern. Ooh, oh my god! A Windows notification gave me a lag spike. Incredible.
Windows strikes again. A new Java update is available.
No, this is one I sadly see too often. Free up storage space. I've been drip feeding the space on my C drive for years by now. I have no idea how I still have any space left. So this phase is actually static, but it takes a lot of memo to route because it's different. Like every part of it is different. And I only have a route for Pandemonium. It doesn't work on arcade, so I'm just improvising really.
I say the only difference with the Pandemonium is probably the length of the walls, and because of that relative
The width
speed.
and the claws are also wider on Pandemonium. Oh fuck! I'm doing this like shit.
You still should be fine.
Yeah, though I'm not so sure. I haven't been playing too well. See, I should be reading that just fine and not getting into those situations, but
You're just a little bit tired. I mean, it's been almost an hour.
yeah, and I was kind of sick all this week, so I actually couldn't bring myself to play that much.
Okay, here we go. Final pattern.
I keep forgetting to discharge. It's really bad.
Okay.
So this gets faster over time. You really want to get a lot of damage at the start. That's why I was saving the Excel drive for there.
Oh, one final note about the Axle drive. If you get hit with the... If you bomb or get hit or whatever, the Axle drive does not reset. Overdrive does.
Yeah, Excel drive only gets cancelled if you die. So that's also another use for converting lives into bombs. And for the last life, it converts into 5 bombs instead of 4. So you straight up get an extra resource by doing it. If you have Auto Guard on, which on every difficulty that allows it, you should. That was a mistake. I didn't mean to press it. Anyway.
Still better.
But yeah, it's a no-brainer to convert the last life because it's always better with Auto Bomb. But on the 2 highest difficulties, Nightmare and Pandemonium, you can't turn on Auto Bomb, so it's actually better to let yourself die because it just lets you dodge without worry.
Except if you use a certain item that's called a white heart, which reduces your total bomb stock to total bomb stock by 1, but it also reduces the bombs used on the auto bomb by 1. So instead of using 2 bombs for death bombing, you use only 1. And that's pretty cool, because if you convert, you get 3 bombs instead of 2, so you can do 3 hits. On the last life, you get 4 bombs, so you get hit 4 times.
Whew. Nice.
Okay, that's pretty nice. GG. 20 hits.
Yeah. 1 bomb, 3 overdrives. Oh god, I'm so tense. But yeah, sorry I couldn't read chat, but this game is just that intense. Like you can't catch a break here. But thanks everyone for watching.
Yep, it was fun.
Yeah. Even if a little heartbreaking. Like, phase 3 attack 1 of all things.
At least I got to speak about Elmorder.
Oh yeah. You got your treat, that's true. He's the Elmo guy, I'm the Fia guy. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if it's gonna switch to the
Goodbye.